Gerrit Cole needs Tommy John surgery. It was officially announced on Tuesday. He's had 2 spring training starts. And by the way, he has 4 years and $144 million remaining on his contract. That was after he fake opted out. He came back to this. This is what he has left.
Yeah.
But mind you, he did miss about 2 months last year after having elbow issues during spring training.
Yeah.
He visited the same doctor this time to get a second opinion as he visited last year during spring training, Dr. Neil Elitrosh, and he is actually going to be performing the surgery for him.
He's the GOAT.
He's the new Dr. James Andrews.
Yep. This guy's the
Used
new
to be
hot shot in town.
Yeah, it used to be if you went to see Dr. James Andrews, it was for sure going to be Tommy John. And now if you go see Dr. Neil Elitrosh, it is most likely going to be Tommy John because last year they just had him rested. They had him rested through the rest of spring training into April, May, came back in June, and he was obviously feeling good, right?
Yeah.
He pitched well for the rest of the season, pitched well in the playoffs.
Yep.
So it's
That's
tough
the thing that
because
happened.
well, and to me, it's weird because, like, at the time, I was kind of like, he maybe needed Tommy John and probably should have just had it.
Yeah, maybe.
And even, like, looking back, it's like, possibly. But he was really good. And usually guys who need Tommy John,
They're not really good.
They're not, exactly. That's the first sign, is that they're not. So, I don't know. But anyway, here he is now. Brig, what happens next?
Well, what happens next is a whole lot of depth digging and lots of pressure put on Carlos Rodon. Probably going to squeeze every bit of what we've got out of Marcus Stroman right now. I don't know. Luis Heel is out till like June. He was Rookie of the Year last year, and he's on the injured list as well. He's got a lat thing. So, ultimately, we're in trouble. That's what I have to say. Because I know we got Max Fried, and I think that's fabulous. But if you're going to look me in the eye and tell me that everything's going to be okay with Carlos Rodon, Marcus Stroman, and Max Fried as like your headliner rotation guys, that's bad news bears. So, there are a couple of arms in free agency still, but they're not exciting. They're not going to give you what Gerrit Cole gave you last year, even if he was hurt the whole time. The arms we need are trade options like Sandy Alcantara, Michael King, some of those guys that would be great pickups, but nobody is going to I was listening to Samson today, and Samson's like, they're never going to say that they need somebody. They're never going to reveal the level of desperation they have as the Yankees, because they'll get Sandy Alcantara or they'll get, Michael King, or they'll go get somebody, but at such an exorbitant cost, it's not going to matter. Like, it'll just gut the system. They're like, yeah, Samson said, okay, give me your 5 best guys. Because everybody and their dog knows this is the biggest problem now heading into this regular season.
Right.
Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows. So, ultimately, I don't know what this means between now and the break when trade deadline talks start coming and we get real serious about shuffling guys around. I don't know. I am concerned. Concerned. That's my official position.
Yeah, you absolutely should be. And this is the thing, too, is that my first thought was like, the Mariners are trying to move Luis Castillo this offseason. Like, the Yankees maybe... No, they can't go get him.
Nope.
Because he's not going to waive a trade to go to New York.
Nope.
Because they'll probably make him cut his hair. That was one of the concerns when he was with Cincinnati.
That's right.
Was they went to him and said, hey, would you be willing to go to Cincinnati? He said no. Or go to New York? He said no. Yeah, make me cut my hair. So that's a deal breaker for some guys. So
it is.
Can't do that. And the Mariners are down one guy right now because George Kirby's dealing with some shoulder inflammation.
Yeah, George Kirby.
So I don't think the Mariners are going to deal with anybody right now. Deal any pitchers because you want to make sure that that's good to go the rest of the way. But
Yep.
yeah, that's a problem though, especially with Luis Heel out, because you know what they say, Brig. We say it every year about this time and into May. You can't win the division in April and May, but you can certainly lose it.
Yep. That's exactly right.
So
And we might honestly be staring down the barrel of that. We've got Stanton's elbows. DJ is out for however long. We've got a huge question at third base because of DJ and everything that's going on there. Yeah, we still have a left field problem. Dominguez is still trying to work things out, and I don't know. So this might just be a growing pains year is what I'm. At this point, that's what I'm expecting, and because Baltimore is also struggling with their injured reserves or injured list or whatever we're calling it this year, it puts the Red Sox in a really great spot, and that's really upsetting to me. So
it does. Well, and that's the thing that's funny is like when it comes to injuries, they're like, well, everybody deals with injuries. It's like, well, yeah, everybody does deal with injuries, but not everybody deals with it to the same level. Right? Like you can have your utility guy get hurt and your 26th guy on the roster and a couple of bullpen arms get hurt and probably be fine, right? But when you've got your ace pitcher, your DH, and then you've got a question mark in the left field, and then you're not just
third base,
any utility guy. Like I feel like LeMahieu's a pretty good utility guy.
Well,
right?
he was.
Or is he like third base this year?
Oh, he would be only third base, but
okay, but
he's
still
out anyway. It doesn't matter. He's got a calf thing. It's not happening.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you're missing him, and I know he's not what he was a few years ago, but still, he's better than a lot of replacement guys around the league. And so you've got a problem on your hands. You've got a problem with the injuries that you have. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what Cashman does to fill in those holes before opening day and early in the season, or if he's just kind of let's ride it out till Heel gets back and see what happens.
It's going to be 60 days worth of baseball. Maybe 70 days worth of baseball will be a big fat question mark. And I think if we can stay above 500 for the first 2 months of the season, that'll be the goal. like let's just.
Well, I mean, the problem last year was that you needed the cushion that they built. They needed the cushion that they built early because they weren't playing above 500 late. So
no, I know.
There are some potential problems there, but
this is a rough deal. Anyway,
they became a whole lot more interesting, though. I'll give you that.
That's a fact.